Hello. This is Monday, March 6th, 2023. Excuse me. And this is the Sideshow. I'm Theodore Parker. And if you're following the CDC, they're still saying that we should wear the mask if you're going out in public. And if the positivity rate for COVID-19 and its variants is more than 5%. So, if you're watching the Sideshow on Facebook and Instagram and talking about it on WhatsApp, don't forget to like, comment, and share. And if you're watching the Sideshow on YouTube, like, comment, and subscribe. If you're interested in purchasing the Sideshow coffee cup with the logo, you can buy it from me for $17 plus shipping and handling. Pay me through Cash App. So, Monday. Some news items are worth mentioning. Starting out with, and hello, and a thank you to someone that said hello to me from Ottawa, Ontario. So on this side of the map, that pink area is Canada, and Ottawa is somewhere in that area, northern borders of the United States, which continues to lend credence to the display of a world map, 7 continents, both sides. And greetings continue to come in from all parts of the world. So where should we start? Where should we start? Well, I think Chris Rock on Netflix. Selective outrage. I won't give you a big spoiler and all that type thing, but I will give you this from Chris Rock himself. Quote, "You won't be telling these jokes at work." How about that one? A little advice warning, sidebar, but important. And it's about Mark Zuckerberg's Horizon Worlds metaverse. You know, it's put a lot of money into it. But because now 2 U.S. senators are warning Mark CEO Zuckerberg of Meta about involving underage and teen individuals in it, I thought I would share this right quick with you. So, the title of this article is Mark Zuckerberg warned not to attempt to lure teen users into trying to rescue his $26 billion Horizon Worlds metaverse. 2 U.S. senators warned Meta CEO Mark Zuckerberg not to pursue any potential plans to encourage minors into his Horizon Worlds metaverse. 2 U.S. senators warned Meta boss Mark Zuckerberg against alleged plans to target underage minors in a bid to salvage his all-or-nothing bet on the metaverse. Democrats Ed Markey of Massachusetts and Richard Blumenthal of Connecticut said Meta had earned itself a documented track record of failure to protect children and teens in a statement published on Thursday. "We call on you to immediately halt Meta's plan to bring teen users into Horizon Worlds," they said, referring to the virtual world that is offered as a free app. "The problem is that Zuckerberg has bet the proverbial farm on his metaverse ambitions. According to the latest company figures, Meta's Reality Labs division has lost a cumulative $26 billion since October 2020, a record $4.3 billion, which came in the fourth quarter alone. Yet the Wall Street Journal reported in October that the user base of Horizon Worlds had been shrinking since last spring, with most not returning after the first month. Aspirations to attract 500,000 users was revised down to 280,000 against an actual base that didn't even crack the 200,000 mark. In fact, the experience turned out to be so poor that Meta itself couldn't convince its own employees to plug themselves in. Citing an internal memo, the journal last month uncovered a plan for Zuckerberg to salvage his investment by lowering the age threshold from 18 to just 13 years. This could raise a number of risks, including exposing underage minors to predators and abusers online. Meta has completely lost the public's trust, and this latest attempt to bring the kids onto the metaverse is just another flagrant attempt to exploit young people for profit, Markey posted to Twitter on Thursday. So, just saying, word to the wise. And here in Kentucky, the sun is out this morning, being as its worldwide audience. So, over the weekend, we had power outages, we had high winds, we had tornado warnings, we had several different things going on. So, according to the Kentucky Utilities website, I had to inform some people why I wasn't texting or communicating or whatever. It says updated power outages persist across Kentucky. Kentucky Utilities explains long Lexington outages. More than 100,000 customers throughout Kentucky were still without power Sunday evening, and I myself can testify to that because Friday the power was out, and they were talking about Monday. Then the power came back on, and I just so happened my devices were not powered up, and several other things were going on. So the power came back on, and then there was a delay on the internet and cable, and finally the internet came back on so I could catch up with what was going on and see what the world was doing outside of this little area that I live in. And people that were moving around in the city were giving various reports, no power, then the internet was down, so people couldn't conduct businesses, school was closed, due to safety involving the children's travel. Businesses were closed, so it was a literal mess. I did not turn on the TV this morning, so I don't know if cable has been restored or not. But on Friday, they were saying things would be back online on Monday. So here's the official report. More than 100,000 customers throughout Kentucky were still without power Sunday evening as a result of a Friday windstorm, which one power company labeled as the third most damaging weather event in 20 years for their services. According to the Kentucky Utilities website, Friday's weather impacted more than 300,000 customers across their service area and brought down more than 2,500 power lines. It also broke more than 230 utility poles. This windstorm ranks behind the 2009 ice storm and the 2008 windstorm in terms of the number of customers affected and total system impact. So, a few other items. Going across the pond, so to speak, to England, which I thought was a little bit strange. This involves King Charles, Harry, and Meghan. After he put them out of their residence as Duke and Duchess, no explanation, I guess it's just the father's capacity to do, he then gave them an apartment in Buckingham Palace. So who's to explain what's going on? Still waiting, I think, on the actual coronation, I believe, of him being officially named as the King of England, King Charles III, I believe. So, next item. 2 dead, 6 injured after shooting at Georgia house party that had more than 100 teenagers in attendance. No rhyme, no reason. Next, does the public have a right to see Capitol riot security footage? Now, after McCarthy leaked it to Fox News, 40,000 plus whatever items it was. And the question presumes, is this like Freedom of Information Act type situation or what? Again, Kentucky in the college basketball rankings. We know of various injuries and other things that were going on in Kentucky's men's basketball team, but subsequent wins have placed them in a standing to be in the tournaments. Trump is not going to be the nominee in 2024. New Hampshire Governor Sununu says, which to me was a relief because I just seen another article where Trump says, even if I'm indicted, I will still run for president in 2024. So, hopefully, we will have some protection from that. That's it. Hashtag.